welcome back to my channel. So I'm hoping that this camera does not topple over and I have to do some major editing. I have it propped up on 2 boxes and a book. The lighting was so good in front of this window that I didn't want to use my tripod. I wanted to prop it up on my desk. So this video is a continuation of the video I shared a few weeks ago over my life update. So a few weeks ago I shared a video giving you an update on every part of my life. And at the very end I decided to give an update over my health. And I really didn't know if I was going to discuss that in that video, but I'm telling you, I had so many comments and 90% of them were addressing the health update at the end. So thank you to everybody who commented, all of the prayers, all of the positive vibes, and all of that. So I have an update for you, and I'm sure you've seen the title of this video. So this is going to be a chatty video, so if you don't like a lot of chatting, this probably is not the video for you. I have nothing written down. I'm just going to share where I am right now with everything, where I've been since that last video, and so forth. So if you did not watch the last video, I will leave that in the card above in case you want to go and watch that and then come back to this one. My health has been all over the place this summer. I have had insomnia, I have had panic attacks, I have had anxiety. I've had a lot of just not feeling right, to the point of would have panic attacks when I was driving my vehicle. So I get in the car and it almost feels like my equilibrium is off. It almost feels like there's a picture and it's shaking. And that would happen, and then it would throw me completely off and I would feel like I was going into a panic attack. This has gradually been happening since the beginning of June. I knew in my gut something was not right. I'm pretty in tune with my body right now, and I can tell when something is not right. So when I went gluten-free in 2015, I had a lot of things that were red flags going on in my body that I was ignoring or thinking, oh, this was really okay, until it just got to the point where I could not ignore them anymore. So if you've not seen that video, I will link that in a card above. So here we are again. We are back to that, and something's not right with my body. What is going on? So I had tried, and I had a lot of comments going, do not up your Zoloft medication without a doctor's approval. So I wouldn't say June, I would say July. So about 3 weeks ago, I decided to up that from 25 milligrams to 50 milligrams. Several people were like, don't do that. You need to be under a doctor's supervision. You guys, my pill that I currently have is 100 milligrams. So that is what my doctor gave me. I was on 50 milligrams. I was on 50 for quite a bit of time, until I told her one summer that I felt like I was going to be struggling because of the busy mom life I lead in the fall. So she said, I'm going to up it to 100. So my doctor had upped it to 100, and then I had tapered myself down. So, and it wasn't like an overnight thing. This has been a gradual process for a year. So that I feel like was okay. So I decided I was still, even upping that to 50 milligrams, I still was not feeling right. I was still having these panic attacks, and it was like every time I got in the car, and I'm like, this is not normal for me. I don't get in the car and drive down the road and get the jitters and feel like something is going on, like I'm going to have a heart attack. And that's what I kept feeling like I'm getting a heart attack. Something is not right with my tongue, and I'm getting anxiety. And it's one of those things, I don't want a pill, I want you to tell me what's wrong with me. So I ended up going to the doctor, because I'm like, you know what, I go back to school, and I think at this point I went back to school in like 4 weeks. I'm like, I'm calling my doctor. Oh, this was a Sunday night. So I'm sitting in bed with my husband on a Sunday night, and we're watching TV, and all of a sudden I go into this panic attack. Like I feel like I'm getting lightheaded. I feel like I'm fixing to pass out. So I was like, okay, enough is enough. I shouldn't be sitting in my bed having a panic attack over nothing. There's nothing that's causing me this much stress. Like, y'all, I'm not stressed. There's nothing that I feel like I can be stressed about. And I was watching the quarterback with my husband on a Sunday night. All of a sudden, it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm getting like lightheaded, like I think I'm about to pass out. This is not normal. This is not normal behavior for me. I know this. So at that moment, I told him, I'm like, look, I'm gonna call the doctor in the morning. Like as soon, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna be ready. So as soon as they tell me I can be at the doctor, I'm going to the doctor. So that morning I had an appointment. And this is exactly what happened when she found my thyroid issue in 2015. I go in, I'm like, look, I don't feel right. I'm having these panic attacks. I can't sleep at night. I will break out into a sweat. I've got anxiety. I mean, all of these things. I feel like I'm in a bubble. I get in my car. So I'm telling her all of these things. And I'm like, nothing has changed. So she knows all of my medication that I take, my supplements and all that. And she goes, okay. And this is my nurse practitioner. I call her my doctor because, you guys, she's been amazing. She's been the one I've seen since I moved to the town we live in now in 2014. And she's the one that caught my thyroid stuff. She does thorough workups every time I go in there. So she said, okay, we're going to take this one step at a time. So she said, we're just going to do all the blood work and we're going to see what happens. And she asked me, what's the one question she asked me? She goes, are you sleeping? I said, no, I am not sleeping. And you guys, I will go through a stage where I will sleep good for 4 days and then I'll go a week or two and don't sleep good at all. So this summer has been really bad with sleeping patterns, not sleeping. I'm hot all the time. Some of you, I mean, you've seen the title of this video, you know where it's going. She said, I'm going to run your hormones. She said, sometimes it won't give us, you know, because they're changing all the time. So sometimes it won't give you a good indicator. She goes, but I'm going to run them and see. And then I did mention to her that I'd had the hysterectomy. And she said, so we're going to do all the blood work. So they ran the blood work and tested everything from I don't know all the blood stuff they run. Your glucose, because I thought I could be hypoglycemic, because I have been that in my early 20s. I was hypoglycemic. I was like, do I have diabetes? Because I mean, I have a history of diabetes in my family. She ran all of that. She ran iron, vitamin D, B12, just the whole blood palette that you could run, she ran, and then my hormones. So she does all that. I'm like, okay. So she said, we're not going to do anything until we figure out what's going on there. She goes, now, we discussed my Zoloft that I had upped it to 50. She said, I want you to stay at 50. She said, then if we need to up it again to 100, we will, but we're going to stay at 50 right now. I said, okay. So basically that means I break my pill in half because my pill is 100 milligrams. So fast forward to that afternoon. They call me and they have all of my blood work back, but my B12, vitamin D, and my hormones. So she tells me that all of my blood work is good so far. So my iron was good, which my iron before I had my hysterectomy was always low. So I always had to take iron supplements until I had my hysterectomy. So having the hysterectomy fixed that. Everything was good. My glucose was good. I mean, she ran, it was like 4 pages of stuff on the app that I could look at. Everything was good. So she said, we're just waiting on the B12, the vitamin D, and the hormones. So fast forward to a week later, which was last week, she calls and she says, your B12 is low. Okay. Your vitamin D is low. And here's the thing with the vitamin D. And immediately when she said your vitamin D is low, I started laughing and I said, me and this vitamin D have been on a trip. Because at the beginning of my thyroid issue, I had extremely low vitamin D. So I was on supplements from 2015 till last year, 2022. And I was on 5,000 IUs a day. And then last year when I had my thyroid labs done, it was high. So they said, come off the vitamin D. So I came off the vitamin D. So now it's low again. So now I'm on 5,000 again. So I don't know. It changes every time I go. So what am I doing for those two things? So now I'm on the 5,000 IUs for the vitamin D, and I'm on, I think it's 500 micrograms of B12 every day. And I do feel a difference. I've been taking those since last Friday. Was it last Friday? How long have I been? Probably about 5 or 6 days now, because she just called me at the end of last week. Or no, the beginning of last week, and told me. I feel like with the 50 milligrams of Zoloft, I feel kind of level right now. I do still feel a little bit jittery, like I'm gonna go into a panic attack, but I haven't in about a week. Fingers crossed. And then the hormone labs. I can't ever say this, my progesterone was low. My estrogen, she said, was normal depending on the place in your cycle. So I asked her, and this was the nurse, not my nurse practitioner that was calling me giving this information. So I asked her, well, what does that mean? Because I don't have a cycle anymore. I had a hysterectomy. So I said, I don't have a cycle. So is my normal for somebody that's had a hysterectomy that doesn't have a period every month? So she jotted down some notes for me, because I did not know what I needed to do. I'm like, okay. And she said the key term, you are perimenopausal, which I had a feeling, thanks to TikTok. You guys, I'm telling you, TikTok can be a bad thing, but TikTok has saved me in several different things. And there is a group that kept popping up on TikTok. This lady kept talking about perimenopause and menopause. And Sunday night, before I went and got all these labs done, it popped up. And she said, do you feel like you're going crazy? And I was like, yes, I do. Like, you don't feel right. You feel dead inside. Yes, that is me. I feel dead inside. Like, I don't really know how to describe what's going on with my body right now, but I just know it's not right. So I joined this Facebook group that she created, and I think it's Wake Her Up is the name of it. I will put that Facebook group link in the description below. So I almost feel like over the past couple of months with this popping up on my TikTok feed, that it was meant for me to see this group, because I have been struggling and I just did not feel like I knew exactly what to do or who to reach out to. So being a part of this Facebook group, I can't tell you how many times I've already gone on there and tried to find, okay, restless leg. Does anybody deal with restless leg? Because I've been dealing with a little bit of that. So I know I'm going all over the place, so I apologize for my rambling and starting side conversations. So she told me those things, the progesterone, if that's how you pronounce it, the estrogen, what do I need to do? That was my question. So she had to jot down the information and talk to my doctor, my nurse practitioner, and she said she would get back to me. And I said, okay. So then about 4 days later, my doctor contacted me, and we discussed it, and she said that what she was going to do was, so this is the stage, I'm in the waiting period right now, was she has seen a lot of success, including herself, with creams. I don't even know what creams mean. I'm all new to this. Like, you've got pellets and creams, and I don't know anything about it, so she explained it a little bit to me. So I was like, what does that mean? So she said that there is a place that's about 30 minutes from me. What she will do is she will send my labs to them. They will create a cream that is specifically for me and my hormonal issues. And she said you can like rub it on your thighs or anything like that. So she said that the person, I don't know if this is a doctor or what. I'm not even sure what kind of place this is that she is contacting, but sounds good to me. She recommends it. I'm all for trying anything. So she said they'll contact me within a week, so I'm within that week period. She said if they don't contact me, to let her know, but they might want to meet with me to kind of discuss some of the side effects that I'm having and all of that. So there's the full story. I'm in perimenopause. I'm 41, and I guess this is a normal age to start that. I have done research and seen like 35-year-olds can start perimenopause. I don't know. I mean, I feel good to have answers. Like, I was at that stage where I was like, I feel like I'm going crazy. Something is not right. And my son has a recorder. I think he found it in my daughter's closet. If you can hear him blowing something, it is a recorder. Oh my gosh. I think he's becoming addicted. Like, I told him to quit, and I think I hear it again. So, yes, he's still doing it, and I told him to stop. But, so that's where I am. I'm happy to know that I'm not going crazy, that there is something going on that is normal, that all women go through. And there are some steps that we're taking to fix that. So, I'm telling you, it's been a roller coaster this summer. And it started as soon as I got out of school in May. Like, right as soon as I got out, I started having issues. And I'm hoping all of this stuff helps. So I will update you along the way and let you know how things are going. But if you're in the same boat that I am, don't feel bad. We're right there together. I got here really fast. I think I was not realizing that this was going to hit me. I don't know. I guess I was in denial that I was going to be in perimenopause at 41. I was thinking, oh, it'll happen later in my 40s. So I know I've had a hysterectomy and all that, but now you're like, well, okay. I guess we're really doing this. So I wanted to update you guys because I had a lot of people comment on that video. A lot of people have watched it for my channel, and I really didn't think a lot of people were even going to watch that video because a lot of times, you know, chatty videos, some people don't like to listen through those. So I appreciate all the feedback. So if you have any questions, I would love for you to post those in the comments below. And then if I have enough questions, I will do a little Q&A video and just kind of discuss everything that you have questions about. I'm not an expert. I know nothing about all of this. I'm having to learn as I go. But for somebody that never sweats, I'm always cold, like to the fact of it can be 95 degrees in summertime and I'm sleeping in leggings and sweatshirts, to now go through having hot flashes. It's no joke. No joke at all. So I just wanted to give you all a little update on my health and where all that stands. So make sure if you have any questions, you leave those in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up because it helps the algorithm on YouTube. I know you hear that all the time, but y'all, it seems like YouTube doesn't want to share small content creators' channels. So it's important to kind of help us get that going by giving it a thumbs up, giving it a comment, and all of that. So I know it's been a lengthy, chatty video, so I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a blessed week. So until next time, bye you guys.